Warning. The video that you are about to watch has exceedingly high amounts of salt and rage. Side effects may include facepalming and laughter at the reactions of my opponents. You have been warned.
Your dog. Come on.
Where did you come from?
Remember, I lagged out, so it made the party unprivate.
Thanks a lot, BK. Now I'm probably gonna lose because I'm gonna take this serious.
I mean, all you gotta do is make the I'll just make it up so that we don't have to worry about people going. Oh wow, you did Phoenix right? Be careful.
I like
Phoenix right. He might be a spammer.
Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Wow, I hate it when people just go into fast switch. You need to find a freaking weapon.
Careful. That's Sam's rep.
Look, oh, he's the lead.
I didn't know you were playing this lead.
Dude, stop running away!
You're playing this lead. I'm telling you, this is lead.
Dude, stop running away, you noob!
Dude, seriously, chill out. Stop running. Actually fight. Stop standing in the corner shooting your damn gun. Stop shooting in the corner. Oh, wow, you're spamming a noob.
Dude, he's a noob.
Chill.
Spammer.
Dang.
Oh, man, he actually pulled off real combos. Pulling off real combos now.
No, that was trying to get combo. Look at that. He's
trying to get combo, too.
Look, now it's Luis and he's in the same room.
No, I mean, I'm not even trying to give some.
Oh, he got West's avatar, but he's still avatar for Play of Veronica. I really don't like that avatar at all.
I mean, for Phoenix Wright being your actual character avatar, I was expecting you to be good with him, but you're pulling off average combos with him.
In battle, it's not a question of guilty.
That was the most pathetic
But
way to
I mean, no, I mean, why did you gotta spam with Wesker like that? That was so cheap. I mean, you spam with Wesker, you use basic combos for Phoenix Wright, something a 5-year-old could do. Not that good at all, that's for sure. You don't just... Alright, BK, want me to create a new lobby?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight him one time and you have to fight me.
Alright. Watch out, he'll probably run in the back with Wesker. Because that's what Lee does, he runs in the back with Wesker.
The same team, just the
Sea of space.
Hey, he's not good at all. I hope he doesn't.
There can be only one winner.
He probably does. He's like, I'm a ninth lord. I stand back. No, you're not gonna find it. Oh wow, he's gonna first attack and freaking grab. What the hell? I didn't even activate that.
I mean, BK, remember I'd be the Cosmic Lord.
Hey, you beat me, the only Cosmic Lord in the world.
Got a bad feeling.
Wow. Yeah, he's having Maya protect him. What the heck? I can't even attack him when I'm behind Maya's protection thing. He's standing in front of Maya, so Maya protects him while he grabs stuff. And then does air combos constantly. What the heck?
He doesn't even know how to use Phoenix Wright. Like, he doesn't know how to do it.
Oh my god, quit calling out Maya, you retard!
Dude, that isn't that
This is all he's doing. He's getting Maya to protect him while we're fighting. Dude, stop being a pussy.
All I need. Danger.
That's what you gotta expect
Wow.
from people in this game.
Look, now he's doing that thing. He did that yellow thing, so now he's like got all this blue stuff. He's like pointing. Whatever. You're dude, whatever. Just stand that stupid pointing finger. Freaking noob.
That's really all he is.
What? I'm in the middle of a hyper combo and you can. I'm in the middle of a hyper combo and you can pull off his freaking blue bar. How is that fair?
I have shamed you.
Oh no, he should.
Player one wins.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
punching
what
him
attack was
activated.
it? What attack was
The
it?
Phoenix Right where he was the 3-bar hyper combo.
What attack were you using? What super move were you using?
The one where Iron Fist was doing a punching thing. And okay, yeah, don't feel so surprised.
Yours has more priority than his.
I don't get, and then he probably feels amazing. He's like, oh, I just beat your whole team with Phoenix Right, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, this guy's a pussy. He just spammed the whole time with Wesker.
No, all he did was, he's a pussy, all he did, he didn't even attack me. He only attacked me every time he got Maya to protect him. What a pussy. Get out of here.
I mean, it'd be nice if he knew more than the basic training combo you can learn with Phoenix Right. That's sad.
So, to sum up everything, according to Ty1010, timing out X Factor equals running away. Playing defensively equals running away. Activating a hyper combo equals running away. He hates Phoenix Right players when they try to gather evidence early. Despite effectiveness, using the same move or combo more than once equals being a noob. He claims he didn't even try, but refuses a rematch despite my attempts to encourage one. And you must have combos that are lengthy and flashy in order to matter. Anything else equals being a noob. According to BKDDD, calling out Maya to protect Right equals cowardly. Again, quit calling out Maya! Using one of Turnabout Mode Right's best attacks, the finger, is being a noob. And of course, using your own hyper to counter your opponent's hyper isn't fair. So, what do both these kids have in common? Well, basically they're saying these things to all of their opponents. Never protect yourself, never play defensively, never exploit your opponent's weakness in playstyle, everything equals spamming and or running away, and finally, stop trying to reduce my health bar down to 0 in ways that I do not agree with. Yeah! This has been a public service announcement from Kagato the Final Boss. Please continue to watch the video and have a nice day. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, everybody? This is Kagato the Final Boss, and welcome to Episode 8 of Courtroom Drama. I am actually quite sorry that I haven't been doing enough of these for the past, 2 weeks? Going on 3 weeks at this point? Well, I've had a lot of projects going on, as a lot of you probably have already figured out, since some of you have subscribed to me, that I am also a Let's Player. So I've been doing some Let's Plays. I just finished Silent Hill Downpour, and I'm working on Mega Man Legends, which I actually have finished. I'm still trying to just upload all the clips or all the videos to YouTube after I do some editing with them. And here soon I'm going to be working on Tales of Graces F if anybody is actually interested in watching that as well. I'm going to treat it like I did with my Persona 4 Let's Play, where I just record and upload anything that's important or interesting and just leave out any pointless grinding. So if you people happen to hate watching people that just decide to, you know what, I'm going to just record everything, so there's going to be like 200 parts with me just fighting random monsters and leveling up and just commentating the whole time in my bland, boring, monotone voice, well, you're not going to see that here. I'm going to try and keep things as fun and entertaining as possible, but that's not why you're watching this video. You don't want to know about my Let's Plays, do you? Well, if you do, that'd be great, but otherwise, so Marvel. I've finally gotten back into playing some Marvel, and what's been going on? Well, quite honestly, there hasn't been a whole lot in the way of developments for this game. I've been paying attention, even though I haven't been playing a whole lot lately. I have been going to message boards and taking a look around, and really, there hasn't been too many developments. There might be some new tech out there for certain characters, but none that really stand out as something amazing. I mean, sure, there's that whole fine around thing, and now everyone's like, oh, Log Trap is the best assist ever, but that, nothing really major. But I have noticed a change in characters that I'm seeing online. Of course, I'm still seeing the usual people. All the trench coats, Trish, Sentinel, Akuma, Taskmaster, all those normal people. But I'm seeing a lot more lower tier characters. Most specifically, I'm seeing more Tron, and much to my glee and happiness, Thor. I have mentioned before, I love Thor, and I love when people pick him up and make him really good, because, well, at this point, I don't really consider him to be incredibly low tier. I think he's more around mid-ish right now. He's better than he was in vanilla, at least. But either way, he doesn't get a whole lot of attention because a lot of people just either forget he exists or they decide that there's somebody else that just does his job better. Or somebody else that does his job easier, such as the Hulk. But I'm really happy to see a lot more of them. Tron, I'm seeing far more of her, like I said, and that's also great. I mean, you guys know that I love Mega Man Legends. Hell, I'm Let's Playing the game. And I actually use Tron as one of my mains in multiple Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And the reason I don't use her here is because there's just other characters that I preferred over her. And, for example, in Vanilla, I used Chun-Li, and then I saw She-Hulk. I really wanted a Marvel character, and since I like strong women that could beat the fuck out of people with their fists, I figured, oh, well, She-Hulk fits that bill. And since I like Resident Evil, Wesker. But then Vanilla comes out, and I had to drop Chun-Li, and still no Tron. Phoenix Wright! But I did like Tron a lot in Vanilla, and just seeing people try and make her work is great. But the thing is, a lot of people say she's terrible, and quite frankly, I agree with them, because when it comes to characters that are genuinely lower tier, those are usually characters that can't really handle themselves as far as being by themselves. They need assists to help them do things that other characters can do on their own. Or, in cases like Phoenix Wright, they need assists in order to protect them so they can get to the potential that they need, that they don't need anybody else. So, in Tron's case, she has a hard time getting in by herself, because she just doesn't have too many options. But as somebody on GameFAQs says, when Tron gets in, she stays in, and that is very apparent to me lately when it comes to Tron players. Every Tron player I've come across in the past 2 months has been very good at playing as the character, and not only that, but I have seen Trons do ridiculous kinds of damage to me. One in particular even just landed a single hit, and using her two assists was able to just completely take out She-Hulk, the one person with the most health on my team, completely dead, with several hyper combos used, both assists used for combos, just dead. I was shocked, amazed, angry, and happy, because, well, Tron needs that kind of love, and a lot of people in the low tiers need that kind of love. So if you are a character that uses somebody that is considered to be low tier by the general population, then props to you. That's, well, I've used two characters that are like that myself, Wesker being the complete opposite, like, by leaps and bounds, considering I think he is the best character in the game, but he just helps out, and, well, it's Wesker, Resident Evil. I keep mentioning this, but still kind of solidifying my point. And that also gets to another point. As you all know, I only use this team when it comes to these videos. Although there is another team that I use, but just for fun, which I call Team Tri-Beam, which is a team of Ryu, Iron Man, and Dormammu. I usually bring them out just for fun, and my whole gimmick in that team is just to play very defensively and projectile-based, and save my X-Factor and make sure nobody on my team dies so I can just land a team hyper combo using all of their beam attacks at one time after an X-Factor. That's my whole gimmick with them. But as far as serious teams, this is my only one, and I'm actually getting quite a bit of flack and hate for actually just using this team, and I'm starting to wonder why. Why can't you just have one team that you're really good at? Why can't you just have one team that you like? Why do you have to have multiple characters? And why is it such a bad thing, almost to a point where it's flammable? Flammable. Something to make fun of people for by having just one team. And I'm noticing that a lot when it comes to some lobbies with people with mics like, oh man, don't you use anybody else? Man, you use the same fucking team over and over. It's like, why? What? Is there a problem? Do you just hate my team that much that you have to give me hell over it? I mean, god damn it, it's Phoenix Wright, She-Hulk, yes, Wesker's there, but you know what? Everyone uses Wesker at this point. You've pretty much gotten enough experience with the character, or at least fighting him, so everything that I do, if anything, is just average in compared to other Wesker players. I mean, I know how to do some of his better stuff, but I just never do it because I never think about it in mid-fight. I just do basic stuff. But still, otherwise, other than him, it's Phoenix Wright and She-Hulk, guys! So, if you're just one of those people that get after somebody for just using one team, give it a break. There's a reason the person is using that one single team. Though, I will say I do want to learn other characters simply because I love those characters. It's just so hard for me to want to break away from the team synergy that I've gone this far to try and learn, and I'm just so comfortable using them that I just can't use anybody else. For example, Frank West, I really want to use Frank. I can't tell you how badly I want to use Frank West. Chun-Li, another character I really want to use well, and I just can't use her the same way as I do in games that she's a lot slower in, such as her Street Fighter or Street Fighter Cross Tekken counterparts. She's slower in those games, but she's far more effective. Oh yeah, speaking of Tron raping, here we go. Another one, Felicia. I'd want to really use Felicia, or actually, you know what? Other than Felicia, pretty much all the Resident Evil characters. I originally, when Vanilla first came out, I wanted to have multiple teams, and I wanted to have a Team Resident Evil. Chris, Jill, and Wesker. So there we go right there. And I do admit, I do want to learn how to use Thorson because no one else uses him, and I kind of like to break away from the mold using characters that hardly anyone else uses, simply because that nobody uses them, and they're fun, and they're characters that I like. Iron Man is another one of those types. Nobody really uses Iron Man too much anymore, and I love using Iron Man. I'm actually not too bad with him as far as basics are concerned, but I just don't really have a need to use him in regards to everyone else that I have planned. And anybody else I can really think about? Oh yeah, Tron, obviously. I'd still want to use Tron. Dormammu I'd like to learn. I tried to use him in Vanilla, but that didn't really work out. You know, I can't really think too much on anyone else. I guess Magneto as well. I don't know. But everyone else is a definite. I'd want to use them. And the only thing holding me back is just the fact that I'm having way too much fun using the characters I have despite the weaknesses and the lack of true team synergy that I have. These are my 3 favorite characters in this game. That's why I use them. So, yeah, it's probably bad for me to do that. I should have multiple characters to choose from for different kinds of situations that I'm in, or just to change things up, but I just can't stop playing this team. So if you're one of those people that gives people a hard time for only using 3 characters and only those 3 characters, give it a rest. There's a reason behind it. We're just good with those characters, or we like them, and we just have a hard time changing. That's all there is to it. So, anyway, enough about that kind of stuff. Let's go on ahead and talk about some of these matches here, now that we have a fresh one starting. I'm up against the Sixth Lord, who is using Hulk, Dormammu, and Sentinel. So he's actually got a pretty good team setup here. He's got Hulk on point, which is not a bad idea, because Hulk has a very hard time getting in by himself without using Gamma Charge against somebody not expecting it. However, this particular Hulk just plows through Maya very, very easily. I'm starting to really dislike Maya's shield durability, because I would say a buff to give Phoenix Wright is a buff to Maya, and not her speed coming out. That's fine. It's her shield having a damage cap on it. She should stay out the entire duration no matter what hits her, and because Phoenix Wright is vulnerable still, even if he's hiding inside the shield. Just grab him or use a command grab. That will get him out of it. In fact, it'll get him in a very bad situation. But being able to just plow through Maya really quickly with very high damaging combos quickly like Hulk does, that's kind of dangerous because it's basically saying that even Maya isn't reliable all the time, and if she was stronger, then it would make Phoenix Wright's investigation mode go a lot more easy. Of course, I would have to say that getting evidence easier is another big thing too, but I'm learning something from watching other Phoenix Wrights play, and I'm seeing a lot of people put Phoenix Wright second, and it makes sense because if you use a character on point that's not Phoenix Wright and you kill somebody on the opposing team with a hyper combo, you can delay hyper combo into Maya, and that while Maya is out doing her entire attack, the opponent will not come out. So it basically gives you a full 5 seconds to get evidence. Good or bad, it's still free evidence for a short period of time. So I might experiment with that for a while. And besides, it could help out anyway in the long run because I now use Missile as an assist. And She-Hulk needs all the help she can get in order to get in on the opponent. So if I call out Missile, then that's a non-interruptible attack, assist, I should say, and that it hits low, so She-Hulk can come in from above because her aerial attacks can be an overhead. So I'm thinking about maybe trying that for a while just to experiment because right now I'm pretty damn good at protecting Phoenix Wright even without the really good defensive assists. I do a pretty decent job. I could do a lot better, as a lot other characters or players have shown, such as Poltergeist. He's got assists that are made just to help Phoenix Wright and protect him. But I don't have that luxury simply because I'm a character loyalist like this. So in order to probably make it work better, it might be just better off that I put She-Hulk on point. So we'll see how that works out. I'm going to just play for fun and not record any of the matches until I get comfortable, and then I'll probably record it and see how that works out. And we'll see how it goes. Besides, She-Hulk with the resets, if I manage to time the grabs correctly, through the command grabs after resets or after torpedoes, then I can deal a lot of damage without having to use a single hyper combo, so she could be a great battery. I don't know why I never really thought of this. Anyway, we'll see how that works out. So, now let's talk about this match right here. I am in bad shape. I got really ripped up right there, but I managed to come back thanks to Wesker beating up on Spencer there. Phoenix Wright has no evidence at all. Well, he has one now. It happens to be his worst one, but that's okay. So I'm beating up on Chris. I managed to get a little bit more good evidence, which cell phone, thank goodness it's the cell phone. And thank God for that shield. I got really good luck on that evidence, so let's see if I can land this particular combo. There we go. Off the ground, right after getting all 3 pieces of evidence, but I ended up messing up, and Phoenix Wright's going to die right here. Oh, man, that was a golden opportunity, and it got wasted, so losing Phoenix Wright so early after he gets turnabout mode is very, very bad for me. But it'll still work out in the end. I still have a pretty decent She-Hulk as far as health is concerned. And Dr. Doom isn't too big of a problem for me. I've gotten a lot of experience with him. However, when it comes to laggy situations, that foot dive could be a nightmare because it's really hard to get out of the way of it when you first see it coming and you try to block. But just with the split second of lag, you can get hit by it. So, a laggy Dr. Doom is really dangerous for me. Otherwise, it's not too bad. Now, that's another thing right there that I'm trying to work on. Whenever I try to do a torpedo with She-Hulk, it always turns out into taking out the trash because I don't know what it is, button input lag or something. But after I try and go for a torpedo and hit the opponent and try and aim for her Emerald Cannon, it always turns into taking out the trash, which is why I've always gone just for taking out the trash. A lot of people have said, why don't you just use taking out the trash? Or, I'm sorry, why don't you just use Emerald Cannon? It does more damage and you can do just as good of a reset for it. And that's my problem. I think I mentioned this once before, but I'm trying to work on it. And it's not doing too well. But I've started to use Team Hyper Combo to kind of get me started. It's not really working out too well. Especially when Wesker's the one that I'm doing the combo with, because he just pulls him out of the way. So if I can get that down, I'm pretty sure my She-Hulk will get better. Because the She-Hulks I'm seeing now are pulling that off so easy. And I'm envious because I've seen She-Hulk players do some really crazy stuff just off of doing a single Emerald Cannon. But what I'm doing now isn't too bad. It's working okay. So we'll see what we can do here. Anyway, I'm up against this team. I'm doing excruciatingly well right here. It's like painfully well against this guy. And why did I put this on? His Virgil must have really ripped me up or something. Or maybe... Oh, that's why. It's a third Lord. Wow, I must have been doing... I wasn't really paying too much attention to the match. I was just too busy talking. I must have just done everything right. Haha. Right. It's a pun. That's what makes it funny. Right? Right? Right! Please don't hurt me. Alright, I think we're getting into the highlights at this point. I didn't really talk about those matches too much. Yep, here we go. Here's the Wesker highlight. I hope you guys enjoy. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Wesker, you are ridiculous! You're nuts! You're nuts, dude! Taking out a whole team by yourself, but speaking of, here's the She-Hulk highlight. Hope you guys enjoy this one. This guy was a very fun opponent, and I'm sure he's watching this. Dude, I hope we fight again. Our fights were a lot of fun. That Wolverine, man. Oh, God.
That's cool, give it to you.
I don't think that works. Oh, he's dead, dude. That's not a command gun. This is not fun. I think it is. Damn! Oh my Jesus! I'm not even doing shit. He's not dead yet! Fucking crazy shit, man!
Oh, damn.
Boom!
This is bad.
She-Hulk, I love you too damn much. Oh man, that was a fun fight. Not often does She-Hulk take down a team by herself, especially against somebody that's really that good. But right here, this isn't really a Phoenix Wright highlight. This is more of a team highlight. It's like a situation against that third Lord. Everyone just does very well against their opponents. Just overall, it goes very well. So I hope you guys enjoy
Look at
it.
that, man. He's showing you how to use Phoenix, man.
Doesn't tell me anything I haven't done before. That's using the website.
Your goal. Go to your job and cut the boom off your hand. Nice shirt. Gonna roll down. Where's the post?
Chipped out by Maya throwing a tantrum. Oh, well, you guys didn't think I'd end without a Phoenix Wright highlight, did you? Of course I'm going to show you one. Rising from the ashes from a team that was dying. Here's Phoenix Wright. And that's it. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Courtroom Drama. I hope to have another one next week on time. I'll see you guys next time. This is Kagato, the final boss, signing out.